Narrated Abu Huraira, while the Prophet was saying something in a gathering, a Bedouin came and asked him, when would the hour doomsday take place? Allah's Messenger continued his talk, so some people said that Allah's Messenger had heard the question, but did not like what that Bedouin had asked. Some of them said that Allah's Messenger had not heard it. When the Prophet finished his speech, he said, "Where is the questioner who inquired about the hour doomsday?" The Bedouin said, "I am here, O Allah's Apostle." Then the Prophet said, "When honesty is lost, then wait for the hour doomsday." The Bedouin said, "How will that be lost?" The Prophet said, "When the power or authority comes in the hands of unfit persons, then wait for the hour doomsday." Narrated Ibn Umar, Allah's Messenger said, "Amongst the trees, there is a tree, the leaves of which do not fall and is like a Muslim. Tell me the name of that tree." Everybody started thinking about the trees of the desert areas, and I thought of the date palm tree but felt shy to answer. The others then asked, "What is that tree, O Allah's Messenger?" He replied, "It is the date palm tree." Narrated Abu Waqid al-Laythi, while Allah's Messenger was sitting in the mosque with some people, 3 men came. 2 of them came in front of Allah's Messenger and the third one went away. The 2 persons kept on standing before Allah's Messenger for a while, and then one of them found a place in the circle and sat there while the other sat behind the gathering, and the third one went away. When Allah's Messenger finished his preaching, he said, "Shall I tell you about these 3 persons?" One of them betook himself to Allah, so Allah took him into his grace and mercy and accommodated him. The second felt shy from Allah, so Allah sheltered him in his mercy and did not punish him, while the third turned his face from Allah and went away, so Allah turned his face from him likewise. Narrated Muawiyah, I heard Allah's Messenger saying, "If Allah wants to do good to a person, He makes him comprehend the religion. I am just a distributor, but the grant is from Allah. And remember that this nation, true Muslims, will keep on following Allah's teaching strictly, and they will not be harmed by anyone going on a different path till Allah's order day of judgment is established." Narrated Abdullah bin Mazad, the Prophet said, "Do not wish to be like anyone except in 2 cases. The first is a person whom Allah has given wealth and he spends it righteously. The second is the one whom Allah has given wisdom, the holy current, and he acts according to it and teaches it to others." Narrated Anas, I will narrate to you a hadith, and none other than I will tell you about after it. I heard Allah's Messenger saying, "From among the portents of the hour are the following: -1. Religious knowledge will decrease by the death of religious learned men. 2. Religious ignorance will prevail. -3. There will be prevalence of open illegal sexual intercourse. -4. Women will increase in number and men will decrease in number so much so that 50 women will be looked after by 1 man." Narrated Ibn Umar, Allah's Messenger said, "While I was sleeping, I saw that a cup full of milk was brought to me, and I drank my fill till I noticed the milk, its wetness coming out of my nails. Then I gave the remaining milk to Umar ibn al-Khattab." The companions of the Prophet asked, "What have you interpreted about this dream, O Allah's Messenger?" He replied, "It is religious knowledge." Narrated Abdullah bin Abi Mulaika, Uqba bin al-Harith said that he had married the daughter of Abi Ihab bin Aziz. Later on, a woman came to him and said, "I have suckled nursed Uqba and the woman whom he married his wife at my breast." Uqba said to her, "Neither I knew that you have suckled nursed me, nor did you tell me." Then he rode over to see Allah's Messenger at Medina and asked him about it. Allah's Messenger said, "How can you keep her as a wife when it has been said that she is your foster sister?" Then Uqba divorced her, and she married another man. Narrated Abu Mazad al-Ansari, once a man said to Allah's Messenger, "O Allah's Messenger, I may not attend the compulsory congregational prayer because so and so the imam prolongs the prayer when he leads us for it." The narrator added, "I never saw the Prophet more furious in giving advice than he was on that day." The Prophet said, "O people, some of you make others dislike good deeds, the prayers. So whoever leads the people in prayer should shorten it, because among them there are the sick, the weak, and the needy having some jobs to do." Narrated Zayd bin Khalid al-Yuhani, a man asked the Prophet about the picking up of a lukata, fallen lost thing. The Prophet replied, "Recognize and remember its tying material and its container, and make public announcement about it for 1 year. Then utilize it, but give it to its owner if he comes." Then the person asked about the lost camel. On that, the Prophet got angry, and his cheeks or his face became red, and he said, you have no concern with it as it has its water container, and its feet and it will reach water, and eat the leaves of trees till its owner finds it. The man then asked about the lost sheep. The Prophet replied, it is either for you, for your brother another person, or for the wolf. Narrated Abu Burda's father. Allah's Messenger said 3 persons will have a double reward. 1. A person from the people of the scriptures who believed in his prophet Jesus or Moses and then believed in the prophet Muhammad, i.e., has embraced Islam. 2. A slave who discharges his duties to Allah and his master. 3. A master of a woman slave who teaches her good manners and educates her in the best possible way the religion and manumits her and then marries her. Narrated Abu Huraira, I said, O Allah's Messenger, who will be the luckiest person who will gain your intercession on the day of resurrection? Allah's Messenger said, O Abu Huraira, I have thought that none will ask me about it before you, as I know your longing for the learning of Hadiths. The luckiest person who will have my intercession on the day of resurrection will be the one who said sincerely from the bottom of his heart, none has the right to be worshipped but Allah. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As, I heard Allah's Messenger saying, Allah does not take away the knowledge by taking it away from the hearts of the people, but takes it away by the death of the religious learned men, till when none of the religious learned men remains. People will take as their leaders ignorant persons who when consulted will give their verdict without knowledge. So they will go astray and will lead the people astray. Narrated Anas. The fact which stops me from narrating a great number of hadiths to you is that the Prophet said, whoever tells a lie against me intentionally, then surely let him occupy his seat in hellfire. Narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet said, name yourselves with my name, use my name, but do not name yourselves with my kunya name, I Abul Qasim. And whoever sees me in a dream, then surely he has seen me, for Satan cannot impersonate me. And whoever tells a lie against me intentionally, then surely let him occupy his seat in hellfire. Narrated Salama. One night Allah's Messenger got up and said, Subhanallah, how many afflictions have been descended tonight and how many treasures have been disclosed. Go and wake the sleeping lady occupants of these dwellings, his wives, up for prayers. A well-dressed soul in this world may be naked in the hereafter. Narrated Abu Musa. A man came to the Prophet and asked, O Allah's Messenger, what kind of fighting is in Allah's cause? I ask this, for some of us fight because of being enraged and angry, and some for the sake of his pride and haughtiness. The Prophet raised his head as the questioner was standing and said, he who fights so that Allah's word Islam should be superior, then he fights in Allah's cause. Narrated Abdullah, while I was going with the Prophet through the ruins of Medina and he was reclining on a date palm leaf stalk, some Jews passed by. Some of them said to the others, ask him the Prophet about the Spirit. Some of them said that they should not ask him that question, as he might give a reply which would displease them. But some of them insisted on asking, and so one of them stood up and asked, O Abul Qasim, what is the Spirit? The Prophet remained quiet. I thought he was being inspired divinely, so I stayed till that state of the Prophet while being inspired was over. The Prophet then said, and they ask you, O Muhammad, concerning the Spirit, say, the Spirit its knowledge is with my Lord, and of knowledge you mankind have been given only a little.